You want to create a flower bed and you want to use mulch to make it look nice, but how much mulch do you need? This is a bag of mulch that you can buy at Home Depot. Notice that it tells you the cubic feet that it will cover. In this case, it's 2 cubic feet. Cubic units are used for volume. That means you are using width, length, and height. One bag of mulch will cover 2 cubic feet. Let's see what that looks like if we had a shape that was covered 3 inches deep with mulch. So here's the area that we're going to be looking at. We have length and width, and now we're going to add the 3 inches on top of that to represent our height. In this case, we're going to use 4 foot for our length, 2 foot for our width, and 0.25 feet for our height. 0.25 feet is equivalent to 3 inches. When you're using equations, you need to make sure that your units are identical when you're calculating cubic units. So now we have length times width times height, and that will give us the cubic units. We have 4 foot times 2 foot times 0.25 feet, and that gives us 2 feet cubed. One bag of mulch is 2 feet cubed, or 2 cubic feet. So one bag will cover an area that looks like this. This might help us when we're taking a look at how many bags we need or giving ourselves a rough estimate. But let's work a problem so that we can be more accurate. Again, we have length, width, and if we add our 3 inches depth of height, we're going to end up with, in this problem, 6 feet for our length, 5 feet for our width, and 1/4 of a foot for height. We know that we can use length times width times height, and that will give us the cubic units that we need. We have 6 foot times 5 foot times 1/4 foot, and that gives us 7.5 cubic feet. One bag of mulch will cover 2 cubic feet. We'll need more than one bag. To find the number of bags, divide 7.5 by 2. That gives us 3.75 bags. We can't buy a part of a bag, so we have to go up to the next whole number. So we're rounding up to 4 bags to cover an area with 3 inches of mulch. We'll have a little bit more, a little bit extra. We could either use it or save it. You can also use a chart on Home Depot website to determine how many bags of mulch you will need. It's based on 3 inches of coverage, and all we need to do is calculate the square feet for our area and then find the number of bags that meet our needs. Our length was 6 feet and our width was 5 feet, so 6 times 5 is 30 feet squared, and we find that we have 4 bags recommended. And again, it's 32 square feet. It's a little bit more than what we need, but it will serve our purposes. The Home Depot provides a calculator that you can use to determine the number of bags that you need. Let's do the same calculation with their calculator. On the Home Depot site, you can search for the mulch and soil calculator. This is what it looks like when you'll find out. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on Start Now, and it's going to take us to another page. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit so that we can see just a little bit more. All right, so now we have choose the type of material, and it is selected for wood, so we don't need to do that. If you're looking at a playground, you might choose rubber, and you can also use this calculator for topsoil. So we're going to leave it with wood. We want to enter the length and the width, and we want to describe the area, which might just be a flower garden. So we're going to enter that in, and again, our length was 6 feet, and our width was 5 feet. Notice we don't have to add anything in for the depth because it's set down here. When we enter the material depth, this is where we could change it if we wanted to, and notice that we could select enter an amount and change that if we want to. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to calculate it, and notice what pops up now over on the right hand side. It tells us that we need 4 bags of wood mulch, or we could order it in bulk if we wanted to. Our total volume, again, was accurately calculated at 7.5 cubic feet. And so this is one way, again, that you can determine how many bags you're going to need for your project.